Hello and welcome to a little update video. My name is Instinct, and if you clicked on this video, then there might be a couple questions you have that I can answer. So, if you subscribed in the last 2 to 3 months or so, you probably subscribed because I made a lot of ARC content at the time. And now you're probably wondering why there's no ARC content currently being made on my channel. Well, there's a few reasons for that, and the main one is I simply ain't playing ARC at the moment. That right there is the biggest key main reason. Now that has many reasons as to why I'm not playing ARC at the moment, but among a couple that I'm going to go over, there's a few that I'd rather not. The ones that I am going to go over, however, is number one, is ARC on PS4 especially. I can't really speak on behalf of PC and Xbox at the moment because I haven't played on either of the two for quite some time. But on PS4, if you've played on PS4, you'll know that ARC is in a very bad place right now. It is looking up, but it's not quite out of the shadowy place just yet. And as I said, if you've played it on PS4, especially at a higher end in the game, I guess you notice it more, then you'll know exactly why it's in a bad place. Between the bullshit megatribe drama and the developers of the game, it's just not a real good time. And perhaps worst of all, the dev team would have to be Jeremy Stieglitz. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, so I apologise if I'm not. But this guy has no fucking idea what the hell is going on, I swear. Like, the rest of the dev team must sit there working their ass off trying to make sure everything's ready, while this guy sits behind his desk in his chair bouncing a fucking tennis ball across the room or something like that, because he has no idea what the fuck is going on. If you play ARC, there's a good chance that you follow their Twitter, because you kinda have to know what the fuck's going on, because they never let you know until the last minute. But this guy always jumps the gun whenever there's an update, you can guarantee it. Unfortunately, because I didn't know I was going to put this part in the video, I don't have the original post, but I know there's a couple of people that would have definitely seen it. He put a tweet out saying that the newest update was ready, and I believe it was something along the lines of, "It's ready, enjoy," or something like that anyway, and then half an hour later he puts this shit out. Like, how could you be part of a team and be this fucking clueless? Like, either there's no communication there, or this guy has the attention span of a fucking golf ball. But either way, I'm going to leave why I think it's in a bad place there at the moment, because it probably sounds like I'm having a big bitch at the moment. I'm going to move on to the next reason to why I haven't been playing ARC. And this reason is arguably the most important reason, is quite simply I'm just not feeling the game. Like, I wouldn't say anything in the game particularly turned me off it or anything like that, it's just I put too much time into it too often, is probably the best way to say it. Like, I started off with nothing and was lucky enough to get recruited into a big tribe, which I ended up actually becoming the leader of, and ever since that day I just worked my absolute ass off on this game, to the point where I've turned myself completely off of it. And you know, you feel like a bastard because the people you tribe with and that, they're looking after your shit, they're feeding it, and looking after the bases and all that and whatnot, but they're all good blokes and they are like your family, so that's kind of what makes it feel even worse. And I know it sounds stupid to say that they're like your family, but they are, because if you spend an excessive amount of time on ARC, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, because you see them every day, you talk to them every day, you get on really well with them, and you'd help them out any way that you can. So in a way, they do become your family. But at some stage, especially recently, I thought Aberration might have saved it for me, but it didn't. Like, I did play a fair bit of Aberration at the first, and then it just kind of wore off on me. Not because it was bad or anything, it was really good. I actually quite thoroughly enjoyed the Aberration update, and it's a shame that I couldn't get into the game because I would have liked to play a lot more of it. But if you're putting a lot of time into the game when you're just not feeling it, then it can be really hard to want to play the game past that point. So for the sake of not turning myself off the game completely, I've decided to take a bit of a break away from ARC, because I don't want to turn myself away from the game to the point where I never want to play it again or anything like that, because it is a really good game and it provides lots of good content to record, which I like to do so I can upload it on YouTube so you guys can enjoy it. But if I'm not enjoying the game, then I can't do that. And as I said, it just gets to a point where, I guess, it's going to sound really stupid, but instead of taking time out of your day for ARC, you start taking time out of your ARC for your day. And when it gets to that point, that's where you sort of look at it from a third person perspective and realise how fucked up that really is. But if you've ever been in that situation, then you'll realise exactly what I mean. And the worst part is you don't even realise it's happening until it's already too late. But anyway, that's a couple of the main reasons as to why I haven't been playing, or uploading ARC content for that matter. So what am I supposed to do in the meantime? Well, that's another one of the reasons kind of why I'm steering away from ARC a little bit, is because my channel has never been one game. And if you'd asked me a year or two ago, would I be playing ARC full time and uploading just ARC, I would have probably told you no fucking way. And again, it's got nothing to do with the game being bad, or any game for that matter. I don't want to upload one game in particular at all. I want people to subscribe because they like the content I make. Not because it's defined by one particular game. I mean, sure, it's going to make it harder to grow on that, but it's just how I've always done things, and it's how I plan to always do things. Who knows, people might watch what I'm doing one day and think, oh, that game looks kind of cool, and they might get it because they liked how I played it. But that's probably a long way off. But in the meantime, I'm probably going to play a lot of other games, and this is going to be probably one of them. While I only have around about 800 hours on the game, and I haven't played it in a long time, and I may be very shit at it. It's been quite a while since I played on the vicious battleground that is Rust, and I think a return is in order because it does present good footage and it does present interesting scenarios with some of the people you come across that aren't brutal savages. And the last time I played Rust, while my editing skills were nowhere as good as what they are now, and they're still not that great, but they are improving, I feel they're at a point now where I can bring quality content to give people a laugh at the very least. So yes, I think a return to Rust would be in order, and it'd be good fun. Like, I'd like to have more people to play along with. I have said before that it feels odd for me, especially coming from somebody that couldn't talk. A year ago I couldn't sit here and talk like this on a microphone. Hell, I wouldn't even party with people. So that's one thing I owe ARK for, is really bringing me out of my shell with that sort of thing. But I've always felt pretty awkward when I'm sitting here talking by myself, and I'm pretty sure the neighbours think I'm crazy by this point. If not everybody in the house at least does. And when I first started doing it, when I, like, talking with other people is fine, but when I'm sitting here talking like this is a different story. It's not easy for me in any way, shape or form. But when I first started doing it, it either sounded like I was at a morgue, or it was just completely effortless, if that makes any sort of sense. So now I try to put as much effort into what I do as I can. It still feels really awkward, but I feel like I'm improving on my editing skills. I'm trying to branch out to other games to bring in more people. Among Rust, a couple other games I'll probably start playing. I might play Ark Survival of the Fittest again soon. I can't guarantee anything. I might do a build video or something like that, even just to keep a little bit of Ark content around. But I do want to start playing a couple of other different games like I used to, especially ArmA and Rust, because I have a lot of fun on those two games. Like, they have their bitter moments, that's for sure, and the community for Rust is toxic as fuck. But you know, it presents some interest and opportunities to record things, and I think it'll be a lot of fun to watch. But basically, that's where it's at. I'm going to leave it there. I just wanted to make a quick little update video because I felt like I needed to give an explanation to some of the people that might have subscribed in the last month or so, and then thought, what the fuck's going on here? Like, here's uploading all Ark, and now there's a couple other games. But if you are new to the channel and you do want to stick around, it's much appreciated. If you'd like to share a video or you'd like to drop a like, that's also appreciated. Drop in the comment section if you'd like to see other games or just how you're feeling, or maybe even just ask how the day's going. I always try to reply to every single comment I can. I always try to interact with as many people as I can, because to me that feels like I'm making a connection with the community, and that's how you build a community. But that's been the quick little update video for today. My name is Instinct, and I am out.
Let's go. I'm unstoppable, do the impossible. I'm irresponsible, yet I'm phenomenal. I got an arsenal, I'm dropping bombs, you know. No, I'm not stopping, no. Conquer the obstacle, to the top, here I go.